What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 150, and as you can see, today I have a special video for you to say thank you very much for all the support on this series as we come towards the end of Season 6 and the final season of this epic long Career Mode. So, yeah, straight away I want to say a massive thank you to you guys. 150 episodes in now. It truly is extraordinary to know so many of you guys are still watching this series and still really enjoying it as well. It means an awful lot, and I could not be more grateful. So because of that, again, this is the first series of mine you watched, and basically whenever we hit 50 or 100, for me to show thank you for your fantastic support, I always do a special video, usually quite a long one, and today I've got 8 games for you in today's episode. That's right, 8 games in one episode, and 4 of the games, half of the games you'll see today, are massive. They're really, really big. They're crucial to the season. It's going to be a great episode, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Also, the final game, the 8th and final game, will be a live highlights game as well. Now, the episode will have a post-commentary feel to it for the first half an hour, so 30 minutes will be post-commentary. That's over the first 7 games, and then the final game, of course, will be a live highlights game, which I haven't really played yet. So the episode should be around 40 to 45 minutes, possibly 50 minutes at a stretch. Hopefully not, though. I'm aiming for around 40 to 45 minutes for this episode to be in length, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. And again, I do want to say straight away a massive thank you from me to you for the incredible support on this series. It's been awesome. And also in today's episode I'm going to discuss what comes after this series, what I plan to upload after this series is done, also the Canadian dream as well, and also some details on my next career mode too. So yeah, straight off the bat, once again, massive thank you to you guys for the incredible support on this series. 150 episodes in now. It truly is extraordinary to know how many of you guys are still watching and enjoying this series as well, and it really does mean an awful lot to me. And I do know that in FIFA 15, 14 and 13, my main career modes, if you will, all span 250 episodes plus. I do understand that this one may feel a little bit shorter if you watch those 3, but of course, I said before now, people lose interest way quicker than they used to in a series on YouTube, and I do believe, and I firmly believe as well, that the future of career mode on YouTube is a lot more series, a lot of different series, but lots shorter in terms of episodes length. So you'll see loads of sort of mini series, if you will, series not going past 50 episodes. These sort of series right here, I think, are dying out, to be honest, long career modes on YouTube. But to know how many of you guys still watch these episodes and still enjoy them as well, it really does mean an awful lot to me. And I couldn't do YouTube without you guys. I really couldn't. So because of that, I can't say thank you enough. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully these episodes, these special episodes, take a while to make, for the specials on 50 and 100, show that appreciation back from me to you, and hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. It should be really good fun, and as always, I really appreciate support. It means an awful lot. But still, the first of 8 games in today's episode was against Pescara there in the Serie A, and I was thinking to myself, we've got 4 massive games in today's episode, right? 3 of which occur straight after this game against Pescara. Pescara are bottom of the table in the Serie A, way adrift right now. They're probably not going to survive, very unlikely. We're top of the table. That was a game where, with 12 games to go going into it, we should have won that game comfortably. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, we'll win this game, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 goals. You never know. Dominate them, really. Show our power, flex our muscle going into the more important games and the ones that are crucial to our season, really, and showcase what we can do. And we drew the game 1-1 because their number 7 came off the bench and scored an 89th minute equalising goal. Really good strike. Djokovic couldn't do anything about it after we took the lead in the first half for El Shaarawy. And with 11 games to go now, we are still top of the table. We're 5 points clear of Napoli, 7 clear of Udinese, 11 clear of our rivals Inter, and also 11 clear of Juventus, who do have a game in hand in fairness. But, that was a game where, when you look at Pescara's position, only picked up 18 points prior to that game. That was a match where I don't care whether you're away from home or not. We cannot afford to drop points in that game. So I was livid about that draw. I really was. It killed my confidence going into the more important games in today's episode. And again, 3 of which occurs straight after that one. So I was desperate to get some confidence and motivation going. And instead, I was coming to this game, the Tim Cup semi-final first leg against Juventus here at the San Siro, thinking to myself, well, I'm fielding a weakened side for this game. Only Djokovic from our usual first 11 is starting. I'm not really too confident anymore. So frustrated about how that game went, and a disappointing start to today's episode. But still, taking on Juventus here, 42nd game of the 8 games in today's bumper long episode here, taking on Juventus in the Tim Cup semi-final first leg. Now, of course, we don't really care about this competition too much. We have told hold the board, we will reach the final. So with 5 minutes to go in the first half, as the game was still at 0-0, not conceding an away goal in this game was going to be crucial for us, I felt. And unfortunately for us, we conceded a penalty through this. Now, if you know why this is a penalty, please let me know, because Djokovic, who was skipper for the night, apparently was the guilty party here. I said before, he's a nice guy, he's not going to complain about it, but how is that a penalty? Like, how is that a penalty? This game is ridiculous from time to time, but still, Djokovic apparently concedes a penalty somewhere. Tielemans stands up and takes it, but the Belgian chips it down the middle. He must watch my videos and agree with the strategy that I usually do. Chips it down the middle, gives it back to Djokovic, and it's alright, it's still 0-0. So I was still frustrated about why the penalty was given, but either way, it is still goalless. Unfortunately, justice was served. But sadly for us, 20 minutes after the restart, it's deja vu, because we concede another penalty here, and once again, the referee is pointing to the spot. This time, Bangadino is the player that's guilty here. The Argentine centre-back also gets a booking as well. The first penalty certainly wasn't one. This one, I think, though, the referee called it right. Djokovic does complain about this one, strangely enough, and not the first one, but this one, in my opinion, was a penalty. Bangadino slides in here, and he does win a lot of the ball. It sort of goes onto his chest, really, but he takes a lot of the man as well. And I guess if you want, you could say he does play the ball, but it comes through taking the man out. And I think the referee did call that one right. Not the first one, but I think he got the second one right, and I can admit that. So could Djokovic make it 2 penalty saves from 2? Sadly not. This time Marchisio took the penalty instead of Tielemans, and unfortunately for us, with 21 minutes to go, gets to run to the cameraman as he makes it Milan 0, Juventus 1. So to concede 2 penalties at home in the same game is pretty disappointing, but I can't complain about the second one. There's no denying it was a penalty in my opinion. The first one, again, yeah, I think I've got a right to complain, but the second one, I think the referee called it bang on, gave a spot kick. I think it was the right decision, and Marchisio did the honours. So Juventus make it right on the second time, and it is Milan 0, Juventus 1, as their second attempt does find the back of the net from the spot. So 1-0 to Juventus. With 30 minutes to go, Portillo off the bench had a good chance to equalise for us here, but was denied by a fantastic save by Neto. What a stop that was, and he kept the game at Milan 0, Juventus 1. With 8 minutes to go though, Mauri found Siligardi, our centre-back, down the left-hand side, who took it round the goal scorer Marchisio, swung across into the centre, and Portillo, who was denied just a few minutes ago by Neto, isn't denied this time. He came off the bench at half-time, heads it past the goalkeeper, and makes it Milan 1, Juventus 1, as the team come and celebrate with him and dive on top of him. So really good header by Portillo there. This guy's been a good little pickup for us on a free agent. He was one of our first ever signings when we came into Milan at the start of last season. Really good header there, gets his second goal of the competition, and does make it Milan 1, Juventus 1. So back on level terms, really pleased with that. Didn't want to lose this game at all here at the San Siro, so good to see us grab the equalising goal. But in the 90th minute though, sadly for us, in stoppage time, Juventus would retake the lead through Rossetti and make it Milan 1, Juventus 2. They pile bodies forward here, took a shot on the volley. I think Djokovic, in fairness, should be doing a little bit better to only palm it behind to Rossetti, or palm it straight to Rossetti I should say, and Rossetti heads it into the open goal and does make it Milan 1, Juventus 2. So Juventus get their second away goal of the game. Disgusted with that as someone who never likes to concede away goals, and the away side get themselves back in front in stoppage time and will surely win the game. And the final chance did fall to us here in stoppage time as well. It was the 4th minute of added on time here. We won ourselves a corner. Everyone came forward for it, including our goalkeeper Djokovic. Bakic crossed the ball into the centre. Portillo wins the header and does find the back of the net as well. And so for the second time after coming off the bench late on, Portillo scores against Juventus and rescues us a draw in this game here at the San Siro. So Milan 2, Juventus 2. They didn't celebrate this goal, you know, the second equalising goal, as much as they did the first one, which I found quite interesting. But either way, Portillo with 2 headed goals late on in the game, 2 equalisers, does ensure we won't lose here at the San Siro and do grab ourselves a second goal. So really pleased with that. And what a header by Portillo as well. Got up so well, headed it in off the post. No chance for the goalkeeper Neto, and it is Milan 2, Juventus 2 with his 3rd goal of the cup and his 2nd goal in the game. So final score, Milan 2, Juventus 2. The referee blew full time straight after that. A dramatic game here at the San Siro. 3 late goals, 2 of which coming for us as we grabbed 2 equalising goals for our substitute Portillo, the Paraguayan striker. Really did bail us out in that game. So delighted with his impact off the bench and glad to not lose the game, but I'm still disappointed to have drawn that one, because to have conceded 2 away goals, you know, I hate conceding away goals, I love scoring them. To have conceded 2 away goals, you will have to go to the Juventus Stadium stadium and grab a goal. And with a weakened side as well, that's not going to be easy. They're one of the best sides in the country, and that's not an easy task for us at all when fielding a weakened side. Even with a strong side, that's going to be tough for us. But had we not scored that late equalising goal, we'd have needed to score 2 away goals. So I guess there's positives to take from the game. Don't get me wrong. And knowing Djokovic saved the first penalty as well was big for us too, because how we lost the game again by 3-2, or maybe Portillo not scored that late equalising goal, 3-1, it would have been massive, and the tie could effectively have been over. Well, maybe not effectively over, a good enough side to come back from that, but it would certainly be a lot difficult for us. But either way, still disappointing to have drawn that game, and that's now 2 bad results in a row for us as we start this episode off. Not good at all, is it? So coming into the third game of today's episode, and the second big one you'll see here against Inter in the derby della Madonnina, the second of the season, we had to put it right. After 2 disappointing results, we had to put it right in this game. So just 15 minutes in, I was delighted to see the net bulging for a Milan goal, and it was Morata who got it as well. It was a good punch away from the goalkeeper here. We worked our way back into the box though, with Lewandowski going for goal on the turn, on the volley. It hit the bar, but fortunately for us, the Spanish striker was on hand to tuck in the rebound and get his 10th goal in the Serie A this season. So like Ryan Tala is now into double figures in the Serie A goal scoring charts, we could potentially, there's a long way to go, we could potentially have the top scorer going to Ryan Tala and possibly the second going to Morata in the Serie A. How about that? I don't think in any season I've ever done in career mode I've had a 1 and 2 for top scorers in a competition, but we'll have to wait and see, you never know. But still, in the 41st minute here, the chance of that happening, got even greater, because Alvaro Morata got his second goal of the game and made it 2-0 to Milan. Ryan Tala fed Lewandowski, who selflessly gave it to Morata, and what a fantastic finish by Alvaro. And number 9 gets goal number 11 in the Serie A this season, 3 minutes before the break, and it's Milan 2, Inter 0. And pretty much straight from kickoff here, Inter got on the ball with Longo. He goes to goal from range, but Djokovic makes a great save here and turns behind for a corner. A little bit critical of him in the game against Juventus there. I think he should have saved the, he did save the second goal, the initial shot, but didn't do a great job of it. But that was a great save there. Gets it at 2-0. From the corner, we broke as well. Morata found Lewandowski down the right-hand side here, took it round Baraghi, played it to El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy found Ryan Tala, and he said, Morata, I know you're right next to me. I know you want to get your hat-trick, but sorry, I'm the captain of this team. We don't score cutback goals. I got to take this one on myself, and that's exactly what he did. He got fed the ball there by El Shaarawy, and I just love this 4-2-4 for the quick counter-attacks. Look at those 4 front players there. Morata, El Shaarawy, Ryan Tala, and Lewandowski as well. 4 big names, 4 big stars, all running a fast break. They've all got enough pace. That goal right there was really fun to score, and I know it sounds ridiculous, counter-attacking goals, fun to score, but when you see players just bombing forward, desperate to put the ball in the back of the net, we don't see enough goals in this year's FIFA, so it's really fun using a 4-2-4 when you've got 4 players like that all want to score goals, all want to find the back of the net themselves, and all run the fast break like their life depends on it. So that was a brilliant goal there, and I thought that was fantastic to watch. So Milan 3, Inter 0, more of that to come before the end of the season, I'm sure. Ryan Tala does score in this one and does make it 3-0 to Milan. Inter didn't actually play too badly in this game though. They had quite a few chances. Another late one here is Djokovic came out to meet Forestieri. Didn't do the best of jobs. And actually Puskas got on the ball here down the left-hand side. And with the goalkeeper out of his goal, crossed the ball into the centre, and the header by De Sciglio, our fullback. He won the header in the air and diverted the ball onto his own bar, and eventually we scrambled the ball clear to ensure we did keep a clean sheet. It wouldn't have mattered how they scored, but either way, I did want to keep a clean sheet. None in the last 3 games, so glad to get one here, and the game does finish Milan 3, Inter 0. As you see the stats right here, Inter played well. Inter actually had a pretty decent game in this one, and I think on another day could have got a point, but instead they get nothing. They didn't even score a goal. They conceded 3 as well. 2 through Alvaro Morata and 1 through Marco the Magician, as we win the game by 3-0. So delighted to have bounced back in that game and got the 3 points on the back of 2 very disappointing draws and 3 draws in our last 4 games as well in all competitions. Really pleased to have got a win in that game, and now coming to this game, arguably the biggest game of the season so far, taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League round of 16, second leg here at the San Siro. We needed that confidence, and beating our rivals by 3-0 at home certainly did provide that. So now taking on Real Madrid here for the Champions League round of 16, second leg. You guys heard in the last episode, I was so pumped for this tie, I really was. Obviously a little bit disappointed to be taking on one of the giants of European football in the round of 16 stage in the Champions League, because I'm usually quite lucky in the round of 16 stage, usually face one of the lesser big European teams, if that makes sense. So taking on Real Madrid, pretty disappointed, but either way, still excited for it regardless. We drew the first leg away at the Bernabeu, 1 goal apiece. So coming into this game, having that away away goal. We didn't need to score. If we kept a clean sheet, we would be going through regardless of whether we scored in this game or not. But of course, that's not our mentality. We still want to score and we still want to put balls in the back of the net. But sadly for us, 15 minutes in, the ball would find the back of the net, but not Real Madrid's. It would find the back of our net. Cristiano Ronaldo, who had a very quiet game at the Bernabeu, it must be said, does head in here, quarter of an hour in, and get his Real Madrid side the away goal they needed to cancel out ours just 15 minutes into the game. So Ronaldo getting on the end of this cross, out jumping the man at the far post there, heading it past Djokovic, who did get a touch but couldn't keep it out, and makes it Milan 0, Real Madrid 1. So Real Madrid had to score in this game, they do early on, and cancel out our away goal. So disappointed to have already conceded here and lose our clean sheet. But either way, in the 38th minute, how about this? Real Madrid give the ball away after one of their players hit the deck and was injured. They didn't put the ball out of play, so I thought we don't need to either. Alvaro Morata ran all the way from inside his own half to score against one of his former clubs, the club where he started a professional career at, and he makes it Milan 1, Real Madrid 1, and we get ourselves back on level terms and cancel out their early goal. So Morata scoring against one of his former clubs here, really pleased with that. A fantastic finish after going all the way from inside his own half, and gets his 4th goal in the Champions League and his 3rd in 2 games. He's having a great debut season for us here at Milan. He's been a fantastic signing. Lewandowski almost made it 2-1 to Milan here as we almost took the lead for the first time in the game on the stroke of half time. This shot went over to Bardo on behind for a goal kick. But after time you see the stats there, Real Madrid were dominating possession, but I felt we were looking a stronger side. But 7 minutes after the restart here, Benzema finds Ronaldo, who turns Regani on a sixpence and fires the ball into the top corner. And after a quiet game at his house, he comes to our home and scores 2 away goals for his side. And even at this stage in their career, he is still regarded as one of the best players in the world with some extraordinary stats. He shows that he's not aging at all, and what a fantastic finish to show proof of that as well. Turns Regani, spins him inside out, and puts the ball into the top corner. And for Real Madrid to have taken the lead once again, to have got their 2nd away goal, the significance of that goal is huge, because it means now with 36 minutes to go, we have to score 2 more goals. Otherwise, we will be going out either on aggregate or on the away goal ruling. So even 1 goal wouldn't be enough, because we'd still be going out due to the away goal rule, and that means that we have to show the intensity, the courage now, and the fight back we need from these Milan players. Otherwise, we are going out of the Champions League. So straight from kickoff, we ran down the right hand side, gave it to Marco the Magician. He won us a corner after Casilla made the save to deny him, and from the corner he swings it in, and wouldn't you just know it, straight from kickoff, it's an instant reply. Robert Lewandowski heads in the corner after it was headed up in the air, and our new Polish striker makes it 2-2. So a big equalising goal from Lewandowski there puts us back in this tie. We still had to score another goal, we still had to get another one, but that goal does give us momentum going forward as we go in search of a goal to take the lead for the first time in the game and put us in front in aggregate. So 2-2 on the night, 3-3 on aggregate, and in the 68th minute, Donnarumma goes down left hand side. He finds Mitov Nilsson, Ibris Regent off the bench, who crossed the ball into the centre, looks for Morata, and wouldn't you just know it, with 22 minutes to go, Alvaro Morata turns the game on his head. It was really funny, but you know, whenever I score a goal with a player that's played for a club before, I usually show respect, and I did in the first half with Morata, and in the second half, I was so excited when Morata found the back of the net. I didn't see who had scored the goal at first, so I saw him running around celebrating, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to show respect. What controls do I use for that? So Morata heads it in, puts it past Casilla, celebrates for about 10 seconds, and then decides, oh actually, maybe I should tone it down a little bit. So Milan 3, Real Madrid 2. Morata could barely control himself. I certainly couldn't. We turned the game on its head within 12 in-game minutes, and it is 3-2 to Milan as we take the lead for the first time in the game. We knew we still had to be careful though, because had Real Madrid scored 1 more goal, if they did score 1 more goal I should say, they would be going through on the away goal ruling once again. But even though that was the case, we were still going for more goals, looking for the dagger. We should have got it there as well. Morata's shot was well saved by Casilla, and then Donnarumma somehow missed the open goal on the half volley. It was a skiddy turf and a wet turf, so skiddy turf. It was a wet turf, so you know maybe you can forgive him for the ball skidding off a little bit unkind to him. But either way, should have at least hit the target, and had he done so, he would have found the back of the open net. But either way, it was still 3-2, and the late chances actually came to us in this game. Real Madrid basically ran out of steam. Really, they look like a bit of an aging side in the game as well. They've got some young talent in there, yes, but quite a few players in their mid to late 30s like Ronaldo and early 30s like some other players in the team as well, like Marcelo, for example. But either way, we won the game by 3-2. It did finish, and had we not won that game as well, I would have been absolutely livid, because you saw the stats right there. We may have lost the possession battle quite heavily, but we dominated Real Madrid for the most part in terms of the chances we had in the game. So I would have been livid had we not won that game. Fortunately, we did. We come from behind after trailing by 2-1 to win it by 3-2, and Morata scoring 2 against his former club. Talk about drama. To turn the game on his head with the winning goal as well, to send us through, dump them out of the Champions League. Maybe that will be Ronaldo's last hurrah as well, and his last chance of winning the Champions League. It's good to know we're going through though, and we are in to the quarter-finals. So delighted with that, and again, it was one of those games where it was so fun to play in, but had we not won that game, you better believe I would have been cursing EA's name, because that was so frustrating how many chances we had. We only scored 3 goals, but still, is this a 5th game of today's episode? I think it is now. 5th game of today's episode here. We will take on Chieva Verona, and whilst you're watching the remaining 3 games in today's post-commentary part of today's episode, I'm going to discuss a couple of things with you in the final 8 or 9 minutes we've got left regarding this series, regarding my next series as well. So if you want to watch the game in the background, cool. Otherwise, you just want to listen to me and do whatever else, that's okay as well. I'm not going to be discussing what's going on in the games though, just talking about, stuff I plan to do on my channel and whatever else I said I was going to talk about at the start of the episode. But either way, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the episode so far, and now I'm going to discuss a couple of things for you, and hopefully that's alright. But still, I know this series is coming to its end, and this is the 6th and final season, and as I said many times before, I still do read the comments, and I do reply whenever I can, but hopefully you guys do understand that as someone who's extremely busy and has quite a busy and hectic upload schedule as well, it's never that easy. But I do read a lot of the comments, I do take a lot of your feedback on board, and I do understand that there are loads of you guys that do want me to carry on with this career mode, as you really enjoy it, and it's really fun for you to watch. Now, first and foremost, I want to say, thank you very much for the kind comments. You guys have been supporting me since day one with this series, and it means an awful lot to me. I feel like it's been one of my best ever, to be honest. I've had so much fun with this. We've done so many things. We've had so many different players for the 2 teams we've used, and it's been an awful lot of fun. And during these 6 seasons, 150 episodes, it's been awesome. And I even tweeted out a few days ago saying that it'll be sad when this career mode does end, because when you think about the amount of time, I have spent making these episodes, it's ridiculous. I mean, just think about it. 150 different episodes, 3 specials, some live games as well for finals of competitions and stuff, and just the regular episodes on their own as well. Every single episode is a minimum of 10 minutes long. It's pretty crazy, how much time I've spent on these series, and to end it will be quite sad. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, as I discussed right at the start of today's episode, YouTube is changing constantly, and you have to adapt in order to survive. And although I do still really enjoy making episodes in this series, I need to attract the viewers that I lost during this series as quickly as I can and get as many back as possible, because if you think back to season 1, season 2, I was getting like double the views for some of these episodes on those ones back then. So to have lost a huge part of my audience is really demoralizing, and it means that, a lot of people have lost interest, and unfortunately, that's just one of those things which, some YouTubers are better than me, obviously, and can maintain that level of interest throughout their entire series. But 150 episodes in, I can't see many people coming back to this series and flocking back and, making sure that this is a series they have to stay up to date with, to be honest. I think this series is done for the vast majority of people, and because of that, I feel as though there's not really much else we can do. Now, obviously, I know that before anyone says, there is still something we can do, and that is with the international side, and that's Canada. I know that loads of you guys have been saying stuff like, please at least play one more season for the Canadian dream, play another World Cup. You did so well in the first one, and I did. Getting to the quarterfinals was incredible. But the truth is, I don't think there's anything I can do with another club in this series, and I feel as though starting a new series would just be better for everyone. But when it comes down to the Canadian dream, I do want to say straight away, first of all, thank you to those that have taken to that idea, because it's a new sort of thing in a career mode for me. I wanted to try it this year, and some people didn't really like it, but I really enjoyed using Canada this year. But what I'm going to do with this series and the Canadian dream, carry on with the project, what I'm going to do is keep this save file, and maybe later on in the year, when I've got basically nothing to upload in the summer, as all FIFA YouTubers do, as we're waiting for the next game, what I think I might do is come back with this series, not play any games with a club, but basically just progress towards the end of next season and play the World Cup for you guys, just as a mini series really, like 3 or 4 episodes or whatever, however many we can do, and show you what would happen in the 2022 World Cup with Canada. So if you're wondering what's going to happen with the Canadian dream, it's effectively that. We won't be playing any more seasons in this series. This is the final one, for definite, confirming it now. We'll have a new season, new series starting very soon, but with the Canadian dream, with the Canadian project, with Canada, I'm keeping this save file, I won't delete it, and come the end of FIFA 16, when I've got nothing to upload, upload in the summer, I might come back, do a mini-series, a few episodes, show Canada's team, play the World Cup, see what we do, and you never know, maybe even, simulate 4 seasons down the line, show Canada again, and continue and play another World Cup in 2030. You never know, but either way, I'll keep the save file, so don't worry, the players won't be going anywhere, and again, come the end of the year, when I've got nothing to upload, I might do a mini-series for you with this Canada team, and we'll see how they do, but still, when it comes down to what's coming next after this series, well, I've got a few ideas, obviously, for different types of series I could do, other than just another career mode, but I probably will start a new career mode straight after this one. Now, I'd imagine that once this series ends, we'll have the goal of the season and goal of the series as well, like I plan to do, and I'll also do a best bits montage, like I've done for my previous 3 main career modes, and then I'll probably start the new career mode like a week or 2 after that. Now, what I'm going to do for my next career mode, I won't tell you the teams or the leagues that I'll be letting you guys choose between, but you will get to vote on the new team. As always, I'll let you guys choose the team because I just like to do that and get you guys involved as much as possible. But to make it even more customizable for you, right at the start of the series, basically like in an introduction to the series, if you will, I'm going to let you guys customize pretty much everything in the series, right down from what my commentary style is, either post or live commentary, to things like should I chip penalties. So right at the start of the series, I'm going to let you guys choose pretty much everything that happens in the series that you're about to watch, because quite a few people have said stuff in this series which has upset me a little bit, saying things like, it's annoying how you keep chipping penalties, because I've been doing that for like 2 years now, and it's just something I like to do and keep it consistent, and stuff like, it's annoying how you don't score cutback goals and whatnot, and why all your videos are post commentary, with obviously live commentary and stuff. It's always, most of the stuff is constructive criticism, I know. Sometimes it's a little bit upsetting when it's, done in a negative tone, but either way, it's something which has made me think that, if I'm not running a series how you guys want it, then I need to alter that. But because I don't like to change my style mid-series, because I feel like it's kind of unfair on the viewers that do like it and have started watching it because of it, I felt as though before a series starts, wouldn't it be better if I let you guys choose basically everything there is to choose? If you guys know me personally, you would know that I love to try and do as much as possible for my audience, and I try my best to make sure that my content is as good as it possibly can be, and I thought this is a really good way of letting you guys choose pretty much everything. So before the new series starts, and again, it will start about a week or 2 after this series has ended, which will be in the next week or 2 itself. So the new series should probably start at the start of April. I'm going to let you guys choose and customize pretty much every single thing there is that I can think of. So come the start of the series, I'll let you guys choose the team, and then you'll see a new video from me saying stuff like, do you want me to score cutback goals? Do you want me to chip penalties when they're, debatable ones? Am I allowed to, is there a limit on signings per season? Should my commentary style be post and live commentary? I just thought it's a pretty good idea of trying to give you guys as much as possible, and I try and please everyone. I know it's not possible, but either way, I thought if I do a straw poll for loads of little decisions like this, let you guys customize the series completely, I thought it's a good idea of doing something different on my channel, basically putting you guys in control of what content I make, which is crazy. I know it's my channel, but I'm just going to try and let you guys choose everything you want in that series and try and run it exactly to your specifications. So that's basically what's going to come straight after this series. We'll have the goal of the season, goal of the series, and the best bits montage, and then of course what we'll do is we'll have the straw poll to let you guys choose the team for the next career. I don't mind what league it is either. I wouldn't mind doing a Bundesliga one, to be honest, but again, going back to BPL is probably more favourable for most people, because the BPL is where most people like to watch career modes on YouTube, so we'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'll let you guys choose the team from a few different leagues, and I'll also let you guys customize pretty much everything there is to be going into that series. But either way, that's the plan for the upcoming series, but this series isn't done yet. We've still got a few episodes after this one, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them as much as I really hope you guys will enjoy this one as well. So coming towards the end of the post-commentary part of today's episode, do want to say once again, guys, a massive thank you from me to you. I could not do YouTube without your support. It really does mean a lot to me, and hopefully you have enjoyed this bumper long episode. 29 minutes in now. Hopefully you've enjoyed the post-commentary. As you can see, we drew that game against Chievo Verona, then beat Lazio, and now beat Torino as well, both by a goal to nil, and now we are going into the Champions League quarter-final first leg against Bayern Munich at the San Siro. So thank you for watching so far. Hopefully you enjoyed the first part of this video. Please leave a like if you have, and hopefully you'll enjoy this game against Bayern Munich here in the Champions League quarter-final at the San Siro as well. Okay guys, so welcome to the live part of episode number 150. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. We've got the Champions League quarter-final first leg against Bayern Munich here with Milan at the San Siro for the live game. Really excited for that. Obviously 4 big games in today's episode. You saw 3 of them in the episode, and we drew against Juventus, but we beat Inter and Real Madrid. So hopefully we'll make it 3 out of 4 and beat Bayern as well. It's crazy though, our fixture list this season, and particularly in a recent few weeks. Just check this out. Of course, you've already seen today Juventus, Inter, and Real Madrid in the space of, 6 days. And now taking on Bayern. Then we've got Roma, then Bayern again, then a double against Juventus. We've got some really tough games in quick succession and not much time for our players to rest and recover either. So coming to this game against Bayern here, it may be the Champions League. We may be desperate to win this game and get ourselves through. But of course, we will have to make changes for it as well. So I'll show you those changes. I'll jump straight into the game as well. This will be a live highlights game. I'll try and speed up the intro as well. It won't take too long as I usually do. And we'll get straight to it. So we'll have to make some changes for this one. I will drop El Shaarawy. I will rest El Shaarawy. Play Januzaj down the left-hand side as I often do. Toro can get a rest as well. Bakic can come in. Might even put RLC on the bench for this one because, why not? He's a big-time player. And also, I think I might possibly drop Rugani for Siligari. But, I don't really want to do that because Rugani and Romagnoli are a good partnership. So actually I think I'll leave that as it is. They're not too unfit, and I think we might have to rest players against Roma because he's still got quite a few points ahead of the other teams in the Serie A right now. So we'll probably rest some players for that game and start as many first team players as possible. So we'll go with this team, get ourselves straight into the game. And just hopefully make sure we can get ourselves another win, because this is of course a massive game for us. And after the game against Real Madrid, it was so dramatic, so action-packed. Morata scoring those 2 goals against his former club. If Lewandowski does the same here against Bayern, we'll absolutely love it. But either way, let's get ourselves into the game and hopefully get ourselves another win. Alright, so here we go. Stage is set at the San Siro. We've spent over £250 million on new players since arriving here in Italy at Milan. So the Champions League needs to be delivered, in my opinion, in the second season. We couldn't do it in the first one. Barcelona knocked us out in the quarterfinals. We can't allow Bayern to do the same to us here in the second season. As you can see in the other ties, United played PSG tonight at Old Trafford. Liverpool drew a goalless draw with Valencia, and Barcelona beat Chelsea by 2-1 at home. And that's Wayne Rooney playing for Bayern Munich, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, there's Wayne Rooney. I'm very excited to see Bayern's team as well, so hopefully it'll be a good one, and this can be a really good match for you guys to watch. But either way, hopefully you guys have enjoyed episode number 150 so far. As I said a couple of times during that episode, this is the same episode. I said a couple of times during that post-commentary part of the episode, you guys have shown incredible support during this series, and it means an awful lot to me as well. Really do appreciate it. And these special episodes do take an awful long time to make. It is currently 20:02 in the afternoon today on 9th of March whilst I'm playing this game. I'm gonna have to rush and race and get this done as soon as possible, and hopefully get it done for about 4:35 p.m. if I can't get it for 4 p.m. But either way, here's Bayern's side then. Neuer in goal, back three of Benatia, Bastuba, Anderson, Højbjerg, Roda, Pjanic, Rooney, De Bruyne, Robben, and Muller up top. So that is a really, really good side. Offensively looks really strong. But I do believe this is a beatable side though. Hopefully we'll be able to get a win in this one. End today's episode on a strong note. That'll be 3 wins in our last 3 games as well in all competitions. Haven't lost a game in quite a while now. So hopefully we can get the victory in this one. Let's get ourselves the win. Let's not concede any away goals and make us sweat like in the game against Real Madrid. Let's get ourselves the 3 points. Oh, it's not 3 points. Let's get ourselves the win. Messing up here, always good, and hopefully avoid any hiccups. Come on, Milan. Corner to us, Ryan Tyler to take it. I'll swing it into the centre. Look for Romagnoli, headed away by Roda. Back to Ryan Tyler, who sets himself. Another cross into the centre, and that header by Rugani goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So first chance coming to Milan. Rugani's header off target. That's a terrible touch by Anderson, and Morata's shot is parried by Neuer, and Badstuber prevents the corner. Out of nothing there, we almost got ourselves a chance. Bayern giving it away from the goal kick, looking nervous at the back, but Neuer made the save. Robben shut down by Lewandowski, and now through to Januzaj down the left-hand side, and Anderson comes across, and Januzaj's beating him here, and he's got inside, and he'll drill it into the centre. It'll fall to Verratti. Great save by Manuel Neuer, and De Bruyne gets it away only as far as Bakic. Now Ryan Tyler down the right-hand side. De Bruyne comes across, Ryan Tyler loses it, and De Bruyne will get it away. Great save by Neuer to deny Verratti. A fast start from Milan, but no goal so far. It's Rooney for Bayern Munich through towards Sebastian Roda. Back to Wayne Rooney, who goes for goal. Good stop by JJ. Turns it behind for a corner. Both goalkeepers starting brightly, and it's still goalless. And now Pjanic for Bayern goes for goal from range, puts it wide of the post. Both teams have had loads of chances in the first 31 minutes, but neither side's found the back of the net. Still 0-0. So half-time at the San Siro, action-packed first half, but no goals. Both goalkeepers made a couple of big saves. It is 0-0 though. Hopefully we'll see some goals in the second half. Someone will step up, and hopefully it will be us. United won, PSG won in the other tie. No goals here though. But a good first half, really action-packed, hopefully more to come in the second half, and hopefully some goals. Well, I've completely jinxed it, haven't I? No chances in the second half whatsoever. It is still goalless, but the first one could come here, and that shot by Thomas Müller goes just wide the post. So first chance to Bayern coming there. Müller couldn't hit the target though. I can't believe this game is probably going to finish 0-0 after so many chances in the first half, but a quiet second half, and still goalless. So sorry about this. Willems towards Lewandowski. Now Morata in a chance on the break here. Morata on the ball, through towards Lewandowski, and instead it's going to come towards Bakic. Now to Lewandowski, against his former side. Lewandowski through to Bakic for 1-0, surely! Gets in, there it is! Bakic with the goal. Milan 1, Bayern 0. A great decision to start him. Bakic finishes it. Lucas Toro doesn't offer that on the offensive end. Bakic does though. He scored a few goals this season since arriving on a free transfer, and with 18 minutes to go in a poor second half, with our first chance of the second half, Bakic finishes the chance and does make it 1-0 to Milan. He fed Lewandowski against his former club. He saw the headlines but instead said forget about that, I'll find my teammate instead. Selfless play from the Polish striker, picks out the number 26 who rifles it past Neuer, who'd been having a good game previously but he's not going to get to that one. Bakic with the goal. Milan 1, Bayern Munich 0. Get in, fantastic. And there it is, final score, Milan 1, Bayern Munich 0. We get the win in the Champions League quarter-final first leg and hold on for a clean sheet as well. A big result for us, and the significance of that means that if we score just once at the Allianz Arena, which I think we'll be capable of doing, they will have to score 3 goals on the night. So a huge result for us, a great decision to start Bakic ahead of Lucas Toro. He just offers way more when going forward than Lucas Toro does. He's a good defensive midfielder, Toro, but Bakic is way better when looking to score goals. So really pleased to start Bakic, obviously getting the winning goal, Lewandowski with the assist, and we win the game by a goal to 0. So delighted with that. This time in the Champions League first leg, we do get the win. Couldn't do it against Real Madrid, do it here at the San Siro against Bayern, and that was a really interesting game because the first half was action-packed. The second half had basically nothing in it whatsoever. There was one chance for Bayern and one chance for us. They didn't take theirs. We did take ours though, and we get the win. So really pleased with that. The clean sheet is important as well. Man of the match has to go to Romagnoli. He and Rugani at the back were absolutely fantastic. I mean, as defenders, you know, they don't often get very much credit by EA in the game for the player ratings, but Romagnoli was superb. Really was a monster at the back, really, in ensuring that we would keep a clean sheet. His centre-back partner Rugani played very well as well. Most importantly though, we got the win, we got ourselves a victory, and we have a big advantage going into the Champions League quarter-final second leg at the Allianz Arena. United were beaten by 3-1 by PSG at Old Trafford, so advantage firmly with PSG in the second leg of that tie. Of course, Barcelona beat Chelsea by 2-1 in their first leg, and Liverpool drew Valencia 0-0, so it's all to play for in the second leg, but we have a big advantage though going in to the second leg at the Allianz Arena, and you'll be seeing that second leg, I do believe, in the next episode. Yes, you will. So that's going to be today's episode then, guys, so thank you very much for watching, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do consider leaving a like, so it's of course much appreciated. I really help my channel out as well. 150 episodes in, and I'm still enjoying all the episodes I'm making for you guys as well. This may be our final season, but I'm desperate to finish it on strong. We could be set for a treble, you never know, or if you want to count the Super Copper as well, quadruple. Either way though, I've had a lot of fun making this series for you. Still a few episodes to go in this season and this series, and I want to say a massive thank you for watching. So thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this bumper episode of Career Mode, and I'll see you for episode number 151, which won't be as long very soon.